Hello everyone, welcome to PharmaGrid. So let's continue with the body cavity system related calculation series. Question number 41. The amount of fatty base required to prepare 10 into 1 gram suppositories each containing theophylline 150 milligram would be. The data given us, the mold has been calibrated and found to hold 0.95 gram the fatty base per cavity. The displacement value of theophylline is 1.75. So here we can use the same formula, that is weight of the base will be equal to mold calibration minus drug dose in gram divided by displacement value, all multiplied by base density into number of suppositories. So here the dose of the drug is equal to 150 milligram. That should be converted to gram, so we will get it as 0.15 gram. Then the displacement value of drug is equal to 1.75. Then calibration of mold with hard fat is equal to 0.95 gram. Then the density of the hard fat is equal to 1. So therefore the amount of hard fat required for 10 suppositories will be equal to, substitute all these values in the formula, we will get the answer as 8.64 gram. So here the answer is option C, that is 8.64 gram is the amount of fatty base required to prepare 10 into 1 gram suppositories each containing theophylline 150 milligram. Question number 42. Calculate the amount of PEGs, that is the macrogol base, required to prepare 25 into 1 gram suppositories of metronidazole having displacement value 1.5 and the dose of the drug is given as 400 milligram. And the density of PEG base equal to 1.2 gram per ml, and the PEG base consists of PEG 300 1 part and PEG 4000 4 parts by weight. The mold was calibrated with hard fat and found to hold 0.94 gram hard fat per cavity. So how we will do this calculation? Here also we need to find out the amount of macrogol base required. We can use the same formula that we have used in the previous question. And here we need to prepare 25 into 1 gram suppositories. The displacement value is 1.5 and the dose is given as 400 milligram. Okay, so an additional point is that the PEG base consists of two parts, okay, or PEG 300 1 part and PEG 4000 4 parts by weight. Here the answer is option A, that is 4.04 gram PEG 300 and 16.16 gram PEG 4000. Okay, so let's see how we will do this calculation. Okay, so in this question, the calibration of mold with fatty base equal to 0.94 gram. Dose of the drug is equal to 400 milligram. Convert this into gram, we will get it as 0.4 gram. Displacement value of drug is equal to 1.5 and the density of PEG base equal to 1.2 gram per ml. And we need to prepare 25 suppositories. So the amount of PEG base required for 25 suppositories, substitute all these values in the formula given. So we will get the value as 20.2 gram. So 20.2 gram is the amount of PEG base required for 25 suppositories. Now finally determine the amount of each type of PEG needed. Okay, so the amount of PEG 300 needed will be this value, that is 20.2 into 1 by 5, because PEG 300 is present as one part. Okay, so 20.2 into 1 by 5, that will be equal to 4.04 gram. Okay, so 4.04 gram of amount of PEG 300 will be needed, and the amount of PEG 4000, it is present as 4 parts. So 20.2 into 4 by 5, that is equal to 16.16 gram. Okay, so this is how we got the answer. Next one, how much base would be required to prepare 10 into 1 gram suppositories for the following formula? Benzocaine 10% having displacement value 2, Marsupial quantity sufficient, assume calibration of mold is equal to 1 gram. So here, firstly calculate how much benzocaine in 10 into 1 gram suppositories. Here benzocaine is a drug and its strength is given as 10%. Okay, so 10% means 10 gram is present in 100 gram. Okay, 10 gram is present in 100 gram. We need to find out the amount of benzocaine present in 10 gram. Okay, take it as X. Therefore, X is equal to 10 into 10 divided by 100, that is equal to 1 gram of benzocaine. Okay, so the amount of benzocaine present in 10 gram is equal to 1 gram. So we got the amount of drug present in the suppository. Finally, how we will calculate the weight of the base? The amount of marsupial or the base needed will be equal to 10 gram minus 1 gram. What is 10? 10 is the weight of the suppository. Okay, so weight of the suppository minus weight of the drug, we will get the weight or the amount of the base required. So that is equal to 9 gram. Here the correct answer is option A, that is 9 gram is the base required to prepare 10 into 1 gram suppositories. Next one, How much base is required to manufacture 10 into 1 gram suppositories for the following formula? Mercurochrome 1%, displacement value 3. Purified water 0.1 ml, displacement value 1. Wool alcohols 0.1 gram, displacement value is equal to 1. Massapol quantity sufficient. Assume calibration of mold is equal to 1 gram. So this is a little bit lengthy question because there are more than two substituents or compounds in this formula. Okay, so here the answer is option C, that is 7.9 gram. Let's see how we will do this calculation. So we have three constituents in this formula, that is mercurochrome, purified water and wool alcohol. So firstly, determine the amount of base required for 10 into 1 gram suppositories, taking only purified water and wool alcohols into account. Okay, so firstly take into account this purified water and wool alcohol, leave this mercurochrome. Okay, we will use this in next step. So the amount of base required, use the same formula in order to calculate the base, that is mold calibration minus drug dose in gram divided by displacement value, all multiplied by base density into a number of suppositories. So here the mold calibration is 1. Okay, so this is the dose and the displacement value of purified water, that is 0.1 divided by 1, and this is the dose and displacement value of wool alcohol. Okay, 0.1 divided by, all multiplied by base density. Base density is equal to 1 into number of suppositories. Here we need to prepare 10 suppositories, so the number of suppositories is equal to 10. So here we will get the value as 8 gram. Okay, so 8 gram is the amount of base needed. So hence weight of the base plus purified water plus wool alcohol in 10 suppositories is 8 gram. Weight of the base is 8 gram. So how we will get the weight of purified water for 10 suppositories? We know that the weight is given as 0.1. Okay, 0.1 into 10, we will get it as 1 gram. Okay, so 1 gram is the weight of the purified water, and same as this for wool alcohol the weight will be again 0.1 into 10, that is equal to 1 gram. So 8 gram plus 1 gram plus 1 gram is equal to 10 gram. 10 gram is the total weight of the suppository. So out of this 10 gram, 8 gram is the weight of the base and 1 gram is the purified water and 1 gram is the wool alcohol. Okay, so secondly, take into account the mercurochrome. So in the question they have given us the strength of mercurochrome as 1% of this weight. Okay, so 1% of this weight means 1% of 10 gram. We know that the total weight is 10 gram. So out of this 10 gram, only 1% of the weight is mercurochrome. Okay, only 1% of this weight is the weight of the mercurochrome needed for 10 suppositories. So 1% means 1 gram is present in 100 gram. Okay, so let it be x gram. X gram is the amount of mercurochrome present in 10 gram of the suppository. So therefore x is equal to 10 into 1 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.1 gram. Okay, so the 0.1 gram is the weight or the amount of mercurochrome present in 10 suppositories. So how we will calculate the weight of the base? So therefore finally the weight of the base needed is equal to 8 gram. How we will get 8 gram? Here, okay, so the amount of base needed, we have calculated this using the displacement value method. Here the weight of the base we got it as 8 gram. Okay, so 8 gram minus 0.1 gram. 0.1 gram is the amount or weight of the mercurochrome needed. So 8 gram minus 0.1 gram is equal to 7.9 gram. Okay, 7.9 gram is the weight of the base needed because altogether we need to prepare 10 gram. Okay, 10 gram. So 8 gram is the weight of the base. So 7.9 plus the 0.1 is the 8 gram. Okay, 8 gram and plus 1 gram is the purified water and again plus 1 gram is the weight of this wool alcohol. So all together we will get it as 10 gram. So in the question they have asked us to find out the weight of the base needed. Okay, so the weight of the base will be 8 gram minus 0.1 gram. 8 gram is the weight of the base we have calculated using the displacement value method and 0.1 gram is the weight of the mercurochrome needed. So we will get the final weight as 7.9 gram. Next one, how much PEG is required to make 15 suppositories each containing 50 milligram hydrocortisone? The data given include calibration of mold is equal to 0.90 gram hard fat, displacement value of hydrocortisone equal to 1.6, density of PEG base equal to 1.2 gram per ml. We can use the same formula, that is in order to find out the weight of the base, mold calibration minus drug dose in gram divided by displacement value all multiplied by base density into number of suppositories. Here dose of the drug is equal to 50 milligram. So 50 milligram means 0.05 gram. Okay, so this is very important because in the formula the drug dose is in gram. Okay, so we should convert milligram to gram. So we will get it as 0.05 gram. Then the calibration of mold is equal to 0.90 gram hard fat. Displacement value of hydrocortisone equal to 1.6 and the density of PEG base equal to 1.2 gram per ml. So the amount of PEG base required for 15 suppositories, substitute all these values in the equation or the formula, we will get the answer as 15.637 gram. So here the correct answer is option D, that is 15.637 or 15.64 gram. Okay, so with this question, we have completed today's calculation series. Thank you. Have a nice day.